A lot of times, you know, people ask us, should I really get a new construction house inspected? Do I have to get a new construction house inspected? The have to part is no, you do not, but yes, we do recommend you get them done. A lot of the issues that come up during a new construction inspection, you'll end up being responsible for when you go to resell. So while I'm here today, I just want to kind of point out some of those items that end up getting found. This home has a cultured stone, which is a fake stone. Basically means it's concrete that's poured into a mold and then they paint it to fit. And when they install it above your door areas, window areas, and where the wood siding stops, you'll put what's called a weep screen in. And quite often this is left out. So this is the exact same home, and they've done it, installed your weep screens in the proper locations above the garage doors, but there's no weep screen over here below the front left side of the house. So that would end up running right along near the bottom where the actual wood wall stops and the slab starts. So they need to have one of those installed. That's usually a pretty invasive job. It requires them having to remove stone to install it and then having to reinstall that. One of the other things that they haven't done with the stone work is where your trim piece up here meets the actual stone. This usually has a flashing cap on it to prevent any water from getting in behind the wall system or the stone system, and they have not installed that on this particular home. I don't know if I can zoom in that far. There are sections of it along the top to where I can see the actual screen, lathe screen and everything that's attached to this. So need to have the mason come back in and flash the upper section there, install the weep screens over here on this side. We'll go in and take a look at some of the other things. So this is your master bedroom, and this is your closet space off of the bathroom. And when you go to walk in, there's no light switch to the left of the door. So you see your door swings into the room. And what the builder has done is install the light behind the door. So every time you want to come into your closet and turn your light on, you have to open the door, walk around the back of the door in order to get to your light switch. Generally, this means one of two things. The electrician was supposed to put the light switch over here, and he did not, or they've put the wrong swing door on. So one of the two things. Is there anything illegal about it? Technically, no. However, just makes your house very difficult to operate, and at this point on new construction, you can ask them to fix these things. So the other thing would be to do is install a left swing door, so that when you walk in, the door swings to the opposite side, and then your light switch is right on the other side of the wall. That's the other easy way to correct this. I'll go upstairs real quick. So upstairs in the bedrooms, two of these bedrooms have attic accesses. So you can open this door and go directly into the attic. These are what we consider a child's safety hazard. Children will often go in them and then don't understand that where the insulation is at, that won't hold them. And children will go in, step onto the insulation, and then fall through the ceiling through the first floor, which is, leads to tragic injuries and sometimes worse. We'd recommend to put a lock on the door here to prevent a child from being able to go into those things. The one in the other room was done properly. They've got a adequate wall and block, so if a child were to go in there, they're not going to be able to get anywhere. So we're not so concerned with the lock on this door, because once they get in, they've got it floored. They've got a nice area blocked off to where a child's not going to be able to get anywhere. The other odd thing we found is this is another attic scuttle. There's a large walk-in closet on the other side of this for storage. This is a sealed door with weather stripping, but yet they've installed a heat register or supply register into the room. It is flowing air. However, there's no return in this room. So you're just dumping air into here. There's no way for it to circulate about halfway up the wall. Or your hot air is going to sit up here, or your cold air is going to sit on the bottom. It's just not common to find an attic space completely finished off, much less with a return duct in it. It's missing the little metal supply register, which is, you know, relatively cheap, but again, it's new construction. But I'm very curious if this is supposed to be a full-size door, just because of the fact that that room's fully finished, and if this was supposed to be a walk-in room. I actually do have one more thing while I think about it. The water heater for this garage is outside in the garage. Water heater for the garage, that's funny. The water heater for this house is located outside in the garage, which is perfectly fine. It's in a corner over here, and no problem with it. There's no way for a car to hit it. However, they've installed a car stop. So you got this great big metal post. Generally this is used if your water heater was going to go in this corner to prevent a car from hitting it. At this point, you just have a large metal post that's taking up a fair amount of the back corner space of your garage. Spoke with the builder about this already. He's aware of it, so that some of their plans call for the water heater to be in this corner, and the guy who was installing the post just kind of got overzealous. So they'll come in, cut this down, and remove it. Again, these are all items that at this point in your sale, you can ask the builder to come in and correct these items or repair these items. If you don't have them done, they would be your responsibility once you moved into the home. If you or someone you know are in need of a home inspection,